This is going to be kind of a raw video because I'm homeless. So life has its ups and downs, and this year I lost my house and my job because of the coronavirus. Back in March, I had an amazing part-time teacher job for an awesome second grade class. This school campus was shared by a church that had a grand piano that I was in the works of being able to get to play. But the pandemic hit, and worst of all, I was living with my grandparents, only paying $350 a month for rent, and because they're in a high-risk age group, my family said, "Don't go home." And so in an instant, I lost my awesome job and my house, and this year has been so crazy. Nobody knows when this thing's gonna end. I got a 6-month-long house sitting job, praise God. But I'm back on the street, and it looks like there's no end in sight for this coronavirus situation. And it's funny to be sharing in a video like this, but what I really wanna say is that I am really excited to be making music and music videos. I haven't been this excited to make music since I first got my laptop and music software back a few years ago. And I opened up my laptop and immediately produced Carry You Home.
Perfect love, purest form. You're the one to whom my hand is sworn. You carried me home tonight. You carried me home tonight. Carried me home tonight.
And it's funny because I wrote that song because my laptop turned on for the first time and made a sound like doo-doo-doo. And I was like, I wonder if I can make a song from that. And I produced really slow, so it took like 50 hours to make, but it just flew by in an instant, and I was like, yes, I'm finally making music again. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna make a music video, and it's gonna be just like it was before. But then it failed translation in every other environment that I listened to it in. I listened in my car, and the bass was totally distorted, and it just sounded like crap. I listened on my laptop, and it just sounded small. And then I listened on my phone, and it was like my heart got ripped out of my chest. The bass was imperceivable, all the instruments were blending over each other, you couldn't hear anything, my voice sounded out of tune, and I was like, oh my gosh, everybody listens to music on their phone. This is how everybody's gonna hear my music. I spent 50 hours producing this. This is literally the best I can do. And if the best I can do doesn't even translate to anybody who's gonna listen to it, then what's the point of even doing it? It's like if you were a chef and you loved cooking, and you went into your kitchen and you made the most delicious meal you could think of, and you thought, I can't wait to share this with my friends. And then you take that meal and you leave your house and you bring it to your friends, but when you leave your kitchen, something happens. Suddenly the ingredients start to change. The salt is 10 times stronger than you made it to be. All your seasonings completely disappear. And finally the food is shrunk down into bar form, and it's the only way that other people are gonna consume the meal that you made. And so I was the classic, irrational, tortured artist soul, and I was like, if I can't share my art, then that's the most important thing to me. What's even the point of being alive? I was literally devastated, and it led me to not want to produce music anymore. I don't even know if I produced a song for like a year after that. It just killed me that people wouldn't be able to hear the song that I actually created. It's this perfectionist flaw that I have, that if I can't make something 100%, I don't want to make it. If I can only get 50% quality on this, then it's not worth it to even do that. I'm like 100% or nothing. And that's something that I have to change, because that kind of thing just holds you back. And there's this quote that I love that says, don't let what you can't do keep you from doing what you can do. And back when I was producing back in like 2014, if I ever encountered a problem, I could just illegally download a solution. So I had like probably $15,000 worth of illegally downloaded things to overcome any problem that I could have. If I'm making a song and I'm like, I need timpanis, boom, I'll just torrent some $200 timpanis. But now that I buy everything legally and I own all my software, I'm like, what if I need a timpani and I can't finish this song because I don't have $200 to buy a timpani? And this irrational fear of not being able to do as good as I can has kept me from doing as much as I know that I could have done. But throughout the past year, my perspective has shifted and those lies have been exposed, and I'm ready to try again. And even if I lose and I can't do 100%, who cares? Just do your best, because you're never gonna succeed if the fear of failure keeps you from starting. So all this to say, I'm excited about making music again. I was finally able to go to mixing school at a school here online in LA, and so those translation problems in my mixes will be less and less significant. I'm excited to film music videos. I'm excited to create new content. I'm in an awesome group with some really talented indie artists online. I just have this major hurdle to get through. It's a tricky situation as a musician, because if I were to get a 40-hour-a-week job, I could afford to live, but I would be sacrificing my future. I can't spend 12 hours working on music a day if I'm already working full-time just to pay rent, just to keep working, just to keep paying rent, just to keep working. I have to stay true to myself, and that means finding a way to work part-time until I can fully support myself with music. I had that perfect situation at the beginning of this year, but this year didn't go as planned for anybody. But I believe in myself, and I know God has my back. Literally, while I was recording this video, I got a paid job singing in a studio. People are gonna pay me to sing in a studio. I'm also going to start a business teaching music production to kids. Parents spend hundreds of dollars a month sending their kids to piano lessons, violin lessons, but no one ever does anything with that. And then on the other hand, you have Billie Eilish and Phineas, who Phineas started producing music as a kid and now they're Grammy winners. My favorite artist, Pogo, started producing music as a kid and now he's famous. And I don't think I could name a single person who makes a living playing the piano or playing the violin. I'm not putting down those instruments. I love the piano with all my heart. It's just that music production is the future. And it is simple enough to learn as a kid if you have the right teacher. I wish I had been able to learn music production as a kid, so I'm passing that opportunity on to the world. So things are down right now, but I have hope. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.